Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and the time that you're watching this video. Bear Geo here. And the last time I left off, I kind of had an obligation, and so I didn't had to cut the video kind of short. But we were talking about power supplies, if my memory serves, which is pretty poor. But what you need to get, and Govee does not supply them, but they do require a certain amount of power from one of these things, one of these power adapters. It takes a maximum of 3 amps to run this device correctly. If you're anything below that, if you're at 1.5 amps, 2 amps, not going to cut the cheese because the power is falling short for the device. So a lot of things can happen. It can overheat. You can overheat your power supply. You could ruin your power supply because the amperage is not there to run the device. So here's what you need to get. And I'll leave a link in the description, and you can find something similar to this. However, this is a wall wart, power adapter, power supply, whatever you want to call it. It all boils down to the same thing. This is a direct plug into the wall type plug. Now you can get these in the adapter style, which I mean it plugs in the wall and then it has a wire on it. But you got to make sure it's a C connection type wire for USB. This is a standard A, plug A adapter, and it has 2 ports, 3 amps. And if you get one of these, you can only run one device. If you're trying to run 2 devices on this that take 3 amps, it ain't going to cut the cheese either. It will divide the amperage in half. So you'll get 1.5 amps per unit, and that's just not enough to cut the cheese. So you need to run this singly. And I use these for other purposes, so that's why I have these. The link that I'm showing you, or I recommend for you to buy, is a single one. So you won't have any issues plugging in other devices. But anyway, these are a dime a dozen, and I don't know why Govee doesn't put these in the package, because they want you to buy a 5-volt, 3 amp. And these come in a lot of different amperages. They come in milliamps below 1 amp. They come in 1 amp, amp and a half, 2 amps, 3 amps, so on up the ladder. But I think I gave, for a package of 3 of these, I gave like $10. So they're not really expensive. And if you have other devices around the house you want to run, by all means, because they're going to sell cheaper in a package than they are if you buy them individually. And that's, of course, the same with everything else in this world. The more you buy, the cheaper you get them. But anyway, how you use this is a standard Type A USB connector. Govee does supply a nice 3-foot cord. That was nice of them, even though there's no power supply. But it simply plugs into this device. It only goes in one way, so you can't screw it up. Then you plug this device. Here, you plug your power supply into a wall outlet. And on the back of your projector, flip her right on up. Ain't gonna hurt anything. The other end of this cord comes with a Type C USB connector, which is very tiny. It's a lot smaller than the A, as you can see. A lot smaller. And right here, under the speaker, is where it plugs. And it does not matter what direction you plug this one in. The other one it does, this one does not. You can plug it in either direction, and it's going to work just fine for you. Okay, wrote this thing back up. Rotate it, I should say. And you'll see a bunch of switches. Okay. This is power on. This is a select switch. Go through your scenes. This also goes through scenes. Here is for your music. And here you can forward your music. You can go to, they have this thing programmed with a whole bunch of different kinds of music to go with your lights and your patterns. So that's exactly what that's for. But out of the box, you can play with this. You ain't gonna hurt it. Play with it. See what you like. And plug this into your wall. Plug this into your unit. Hit the on button, and you'll be on the air. Now what I like to do is I have mine set up so that it's at an angle, and it shines on the ceiling. You can shine it on the wall. You can rotate this back and forth. It ain't going to hurt anything. But this is an inside device, so don't be using it outside, okay? All right, with that being said, that's about all I have to offer. It's a pretty simple setup, but Govee needs to understand that, or any manufacturer, I'm not just picking on Govee here, because I've done product reviews before where they do not supply a power supply, but they have certain specifications on what you need to get, because the unit will run on what they say it will, but then you need to go and buy one. They're not that expensive. Everybody that makes a device that runs off of these low power supplies, these little USB thingies, needs to supply it. But hey, who am I, you know? So, you know, that's like going to the car lot, buying a car without tires on it. You know, you got to go buy them special, all right? That's the kind of sense it makes to me. And I'm sure none of you bought a car without tires, unless it's a junker and it's a fix-up car or something like that. But other than the case, you go to buy a new car, it has tires on it. Comes with tires, engine, and even gas in it. So everything that it takes to make that vehicle run so you can drive off the lot, it is there. And they need to do this with these products as well. Okay, with that being said, if you have any questions, leave a comment. Because I know how heartbreaking this can be. Somebody gives you something nice like this for Christmas. You open up the box, you're excited because it's something you wanted. Santa was good to you. But guess what? No power supply, so you cannot use the unit. And I cannot stress that enough. Govee, other manufacturers, let's get with it. All right. Have a great day. Bear42 Geo signing off. Have a great day, and I hope this helped.